Kalala Malak Yahweh, Wa Yahushai Bahashem Raha Kwadash. Double honors to the elders of GMS Ruel, blessings unto those men, and blessings and salutations to the Akim out there in truth, pushing his word in all sincerity and in honesty. With that being said, Shalom Israel Barakatah. Today's lesson, the plan to destroy the International Space Station. Now, according to this article online, the ISS is aging, and for safety's sake, NASA intends to incinerate the immense facility around 2031. To accomplish the job, the agency will pay SpaceX up to $843 million, according to a statement released on June 26. The contract covers the development of a unique deorbit vehicle to usher the unwieldy ISS to its doom, yet excludes launch costs. Now, the problem with the International Space Station is that it's suffering of coolant leaks, space debris collisions, and unplanned engine thrusts. Well, if you bother to clean up all that space debris that's up there, you wouldn't have these problems. And it goes on to further say, and those are just some of the unexpected challenges astronauts aboard the International Space Station are facing, just as you see here. The destruction of the ISS will only add to the space debris that's already up there. And a lot of that space debris is falling upon houses and upon fields. I'll show you a video on that as well. But when it comes to the scriptures, it has been prophesied that though they climb up to heaven, thence will I bring them down. Let's go over to that scripture of Amos 9:2. Here's the scripture of Amos 9:2. Though they dig into hell, then shall my hand take them. Though they climb up to heaven, thence will I bring them down. Though they dig into hell, meaning into their deep underground military bases, the DUMBs, or into their other underground facilities of refuge. Though they climb up to heaven, thence will I bring them down, meaning that they shall even be brought down from among their space station. The Lord, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, only allowed them to a certain portion of space to build their International Space Station and their satellites, and to place their satellites. But they cannot venture outside of that boundary that is set for them. And with that being said, let's go over to the scripture of Job 14:5. Job 14:5. Seeing his days are determined, the number of his months are with thee. Thou hast appointed his bounds that he cannot pass. His bounds that he cannot pass, meaning that the Lord, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, has set his bounds and limits that they cannot pass to venture further out into space. The Lord, Yahweh, Yahushai, allowed the nation of Edom to venture out to a certain portion, to a certain degree of space, in order for them to establish their International Space Station and satellites, to establish the unicorn. The Lord, Yahweh, Yahushai, allowed them to go to a certain portion of space for the sake of the fulfillment of biblical prophecy. But when it comes to venturing further out into space, they cannot pass. You shall not pass. Reminds me of that movie, Lord of the Rings. That explains why there have been many fatalities when it comes to the further crossing of space. And when it comes to this Wikipedia article, as of 2024, there have been 19 astronaut fatalities during spaceflight that either crossed or was intended to cross the boundary of space as defined by the United States 50 miles above sea level. So you see, they intended to cross the boundaries of space. But it's just as the scriptures have said. Seeing his days are determined, the number of his months are with thee, thou hast appointed his bounds that he cannot pass. Astronauts have also died while training for space missions, such as the Apollo 1 launch pad fire that killed an entire crew of 3. There have also been some non-astronaut fatalities during spaceflight related activities. And as of 2024, there have been over 188 fatalities in incidents regarding spaceflight, as you can clearly see here. All these failed attempts are just producing an enormous amount of space debris. And according to statistics online, there are currently over 100 million pieces of space debris that are too small to be tracked. And there are more than 25,000 objects larger than 10 centimeters floating in space. And those pieces of space debris are still falling upon the Earth, according to recent videos online.
This is Space.com here in Western North Carolina. I'm sitting here beside a piece of large space debris that is believed to come off of a SpaceX Crew Dragon service module, what SpaceX refers to as a trunk. It was discovered here along the Sunset Summit Trail at the Glamping Collective in Canton, North Carolina. The groundskeeper was out performing his duties on the trail and discovered this on May 22nd. As you can see, it's a large piece of metal, carbon fiber. It's amazing so much of it survived a re-entry, and we're really thankful it didn't fall on anybody or any property, because this could have done some serious damage.
So when it comes to the destruction of the International Space Station, that's just going to add to the space debris that's already up there. All these fatalities and incidents are happening because the Lord is the one in control. The Lord, Yahweh Wah Yahushai, has set bounds that he cannot pass. Imagine if Esau, Edom, was allowed to venture out to the other mansions of space. The same cruel treatment that happened unto this earth at the hands of Edom, that would also happen unto those other planets. The Lord Yahweh Wah Yahushai has set bounds that he cannot pass. The Lord Yahweh Wah Yahushai has also set bounds and limits when it comes to the earth itself. There are certain parts of the earth that have not been fully explored. The seas of the earth have not fully been explored by Edom. They can't get to it. There are certain bounds that they cannot pass, they cannot cross. As far as them setting foot upon the moon, that was a fabricated hoax conjured up for the minds of the people, and the people buy into everything that they say. When it comes to the nation of Edom, the scripture of Psalms 58:3 has said that they go astray from birth, speaking lies. And that's exactly what they're giving you. Lies. No one went to the moon. traveling to the other worlds, to the other mansions, to these other planets, to these other galaxies, shall be a privilege for the true Israelites. When it comes to the earth, it has been destroyed on all levels with deforestation, air pollution, plastic pollution, water pollution, toxic waste, textile waste, because the Lord likes one content, like for instance 100% cotton, textile fabric. But when it comes to the earth, when it comes to these companies, they like to mix their contents. 50% cotton mixed in with 45% polyester and 5% lycra. But when it comes to decomposing, that's a problem unto the soil. But you have a lot of things that are going on with the earth: toxic waste, textile waste, GMOs, chemtrails, etc. You name it. And the scriptures speak about the destruction of the earth. The scripture of Revelation 11:18 has said, "And shouldest destroy them which destroy the earth." But with that being said, Kal Allah Malak Yahweh, Wa Yahushai Bahashem Rachak Wadash, and double honors to the elders of GMS Ruel. Blessings unto those men, and blessings and salutations to the Akim out there in truth, pushing his word in all sincerity and in honesty. With that being said, Shalom Israel, Barakatah.